Hello, Texans, and here we are for some digital football fun via Madden at NRG Stadium. Mark Vandermeer, Andre Ware, and John Harris not on the sideline in a little video box. Guys, it's the Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. We are ready to rock. Dre, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, it is. I mean, any type of football at this point is obviously fun, but this, I can't wait to see the new rosters, everybody ready to get after it.
All right, we're going to have shortened quarters. This is going to be a very quick game. Vanderkid programmed it, so we'll see what he came up with. That almost looks like Deshaun Watson. That's good. And there's Gilly getting all fired up at the start of this game. Johnny, what's it like on the sideline, or what would it be like?
Well, for a virtual game, I've got to say the crowd is amped up. They're ready for the Colts. There's no question about it. Let's get this thing underway.
All right, Texans get the ball first, and here's the opening kickoff. Will we have a return? And oh my gosh, we're really breaking ground here already. Don't get to the 25-yard line, though, so we'll see what happens as Randall Cobb was your kick returner. Dre, I don't think Randall Cobb's going to return kicks this year.
Well, he might, Mark. He's such a dynamic returner that he can't wait. You can't help yourself but to bring it out as he showed us there.
Yeah, especially in Madden. You're going to bring it out, okay? And here's Deshaun Watson in the offense. The new Texans offense. Johnson in the backfield, two receivers left, two to the right side. As Watson hands off and a run to start the digital game here by Duke Johnson, who got the start over David Johnson. But I know we're going to see David Johnson today. And, guys, there's the offensive line, and that's something you got to get excited about this season, the fact that those guys are back.
Well, the one thing you'll never see in real life, Mark, are those guys celebrating like that in the pregame. No doubt, no offensive lineman would ever do that.
All right, I love seeing Cobb out there with Fuller and Watson under center here. Second down and another handoff. And why not, when you're running the ball like that, with David Johnson, his first carry as a Texan, a digital one, but we'll take it.
Yeah, this is how the offensive line looked when it was healthy, when everybody was there and in place, big gashing holes to run through, and nice one there for David Johnson.
Love seeing Will Fuller out there as well. And Brandon Cooks, by the way, wearing number 13 with three receivers to the left here. A first down play for the Texans. Time already running out in the first quarter because it's a digital Madden game. And here's another give. And this one doesn't get quite as much as the first two pops. So we'll see what the Texans cook up here on second down. And, boy, look at the Forrest Buckner there, Dre, with the Colts. That's going to be a big acquisition for them. It was a big acquisition. It might pay off big time.
Yeah, Justin Houston, Darius Leonard, they've kind of remade their secondary as well, Mark. It's going to be a talented Colts team with Buckner right there in the middle of things.
All right, so second down and 7 here, and Texans huddling up so they don't open in a hurry-up set. I saw Darren Fells there in that huddle. Great to have Darren back after his record-setting TD touchdown reception year. And here's David Johnson blasted. Oh, my gosh, the run on second down doesn't work. Boy, Vanderkid programmed a pretty conservative game plan here for the Houston Texans so far.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, boy, he really wants to get David Johnson going in this game. And so a bunch of runs so far. Anxious to see the first pass of the game here by Deshaun Watson.
All right, let's see what Deshaun cooks up here. Out of the gun, and he's got a little time. Oh, that's familiar form right there. And he's got a first down. There it is. Will Fuller with the catch. And he's tagged down right there. So they pick up the first.
Going to see that combination a lot as Will Fuller kind of moves into that number one receiver slot, so to speak. And kind of looking forward to it. The threat of two guys with some speed on the outside, he and Brandon Cooks. Nice grab there by Will Fuller.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys are on the field at the same time, Cooks, Fuller, Cobb, you mix Stills in there, pretty dangerous stuff, no doubt. All right, so after that first down earned, Texans in Colts territory. And Watson again with a handoff, and this is fruitful, a first down carry nearly anyway. So, yeah, a lot of runs so far. You mentioned it, only one pass. And, Johnny, what are things looking like down on the field?
Well, it's kind of exciting to see this offense put together. Obviously, Vanderkid decided that it was going to be the Johnson & Johnson show until he got Will Fuller involved there on third down. We'll see what he does for the rest of this quarter as we near the end of it.
Already near the end of the first quarter. We're not even out of the opening drive. And look at this. Cooks on the end around, taking it down to the 30-yard line. Love that speed. Again, speed kills, and the Texans have a lot of it.
Well, nice job there, kind of mixing the play call in. And as you mentioned, taking advantage of some speed by Brandon Cooks just to get his hands on the football. You just want to put your hands on it. You want to be tackled and get yourself kind of inserted into the game.
All right, so 2 receivers left now as this will be the final play of the first quarter, and we don't even get the play off, but the Texans are killing the clock. I mean, if only it were this easy, gentlemen. Opening drive, kill the entire first quarter. You got to love Madden.
And the threat to score along with it down into your opponent's, around your opponent's 30-yard line. This is good stuff.
All right, opening the second quarter here, driving toward the bullpen section, and another gaping hole, and David Johnson first down carry. Oh, man, I like this an awful lot. Watson doesn't even have to throw the ball.
Yeah, mentioned it earlier, just the offensive line, Mark, when they're healthy. This was what the Texans were able to do when they had all 5 guys healthy, in uniform, working together, started to get better as a collective group. Howard goes down, a couple of other injuries, and then it was kind of a patchwork offensive line down the stretch. But when you have all 5 of them healthy, you can run it the way they're running here.
Watson to throw, and he's got a man inside the 10-yard line, first and goal. Who caught that ball, gentlemen? I don't have my binoculars.
I want to say it was Randall Cobb, but not quite positive, but it certainly looked like 18.
Well, I know who made the tackle. That was Xavier Rhodes, and obviously Vanderkid sees something with Rhodes that he is trying to attack. That's 2 completions that Rhodes has given up early.
All right, so here we go. First and goal. I formation, and they're going to pound it. Ooh, bounces to the outside, and David Johnson brought down inside the 5. Thought he might make it. We're already at the 2-minute warning. My goodness. And no commercial breaks at all. The NFL is just donating the season to the fans. Not really. That's not going to happen. Trust me. So, a little huddle after the 2-minute warning here, and a goal-to-go situation still for the Texans.
Just stay on the ground here. You've been able to pound it out, move the ball down the field, choose some clock.
Let's see what they cook up.
Doesn't look like it from this formation, though.
Yeah, 2 receivers to each side. Watson to throw. Over the middle he goes, and touchdown. Brandon Cooks with the reception over the middle. I'll tell you what, when they spread them out like that with these receivers, Trey, it's going to be tough to stop.
It really is. I mean, you've got speed everywhere, quickness. A lot of these guys have it, especially Randall Cobb in the slot. This is going to be exciting to watch.
Oh, and you know Cooks wants to have a big year after what happened last year with the Rams and all the health issues along the offensive line. Couldn't throw the ball deep. Cobb had a nice season with the Dallas Cowboys, but he's looking for even more with the Texans. And here's Fairbairn with the extra point try. Weeks with the snap and Anger with the hold. It's up. It's good. It's 7-0 Houston with just under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, and the Colts haven't even touched the ball yet. How does that taste, Indy? I don't say that much in the real broadcast. I can do that here.
This is good stuff. Now, the Colts obviously have some different components on offense. Phillip Rivers under center for them, and I'll be anxious to see just how they get themselves going. They've got some weapons that they've put around him as well.
You know, Rivers looks pretty big. I mean, he's a big guy. Looks like he's getting ready to coach high school football. Phillip Rivers, which is what he's going to do after he retires. By the way, Bill O'Brien in Madden doesn't quite look like Bill O'Brien as much as, say, Frank Reich looks like Frank Reich.
You know who looks like themselves in Madden is Andy Reid. Well, they nailed it with Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs head coach.
Let's resume action. Vanderkid again has programmed this game, so we'll see what happens in the final couple of minutes of this first half. Colts with a touchback. So they'll get it at the 25-yard line. And, yeah, Rivers, Jonathan Taylor at running back. I think we'll see a lot of Marlon Mack. I just saw him getting into the huddle there. And you see Phillips' numbers from – they're doing the 2018 stats here because they haven't updated the stats yet from 19. Again, we're just jumping the gun here with these new rosters and the current version of Madden that's available.
I did not want to see Jonathan Taylor go to Indianapolis on the fast turf.
Yeah, you're right. That was one of those draft choices where we said, uh-oh. And here's a quick throw to Marlon Mack.
The Colts, obviously, Mark, have an outstanding offensive line. Plenty of time for Phillip Rivers to stand in the pocket and deliver the football. A healthy T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
Got some weapons. There's some weapons this year.
I think that's a concern. If T.Y. stays healthy, obviously that's big. Oh, look at the sack. And you know who did it.
Well,
nice.
Just untouched off the edge right into the face mask of Phillip Rivers, kind of like last year's game.
Oh, you got to love. Took some heat in the matchup between the Texans and the Chargers out in L.A. So Watt brings them down, and all of a sudden the Colts in a little bit of trouble here on their opening possession with 1:50 to go in the first half. And here's T.Y. in motion, and they're going to hand off, and nowhere to go, really. In fact, the tackle gave him a little extra. All right, so timeout called, 7-0 Texans. Johnny, what's it like on the field?
Well, the Texans trying to conserve time here. They took up the entire half, basically, with their first drive, and now they've got a 4th and 7, forcing the Colts and Rigoberto Sanchez into punting. Guys, I got to admit, seeing Phillip Rivers down in the field in a Colts uniform might be the weirdest thing that's happened all day long.
It is very weird. I mean, we talked about it before it happened, the possibilities, the rumors were out there. Oh, my gosh. Double team tackle on Randall Cobb. So punt return, kick return, 2 tackles on him, unable to get where he wants to go. He's going to be a great addition, though. And there's Brandon Cooks. He caught the touchdown in this game so far.
Plenty of time, 139, and you got a timeout in your back pocket. It's plenty of time for the Texans to put together a drive here, and they're going to spread it out and maybe throw it around a little bit.
All right, so here's Watson. Oh, he's scrambling. Oh, man. Watson, if he cuts inside, he's got a lot of room. I think digital Watson is nowhere near as good as regular Watson. Digital Watson ran into a sack by Toure, Trey.
Yeah, I mean, look at the middle of the field. You just pull it down and don't escape outside. Escape inside, up and inside the pocket. It allows you to keep his eyes down the field. But you go outside, you go right into the arms of a defender.
Yeah, I think real Watson sees that lane and hits the next gear and gets there. So, all right, a criticism there of whoever programmed this game, my goodness, which is Vanderkid, by the way, but he doesn't program the individual moves. Can he make Watson a 99 or something? All right, here we go. David Johnson, handoff. Oh, so Vanderkid going conservative on 2nd down. The Colts are going to get the ball back if you're not careful.
Well, you think it's 2nd and 18. They got to throw to get back in a position to pick up the yardage on 3rd down. Trying to fool them a little bit. Get him to drop into pass coverage and sneak a draw play or a run on the outside edges there. Pick up one, maybe get himself out of bounds and save the timeout.
Yeah, maybe get a little of it back for a 3rd down try. But here they are on 3rd and very long and just trying to take it easy.
It was the Colts that took the timeout. They're trying to conserve a little bit of time, use their timeouts to force a punt and maybe get something here before we get to halftime.
Oh, I want to see a pick in this game so badly with some of these, new additions or actually reacquisitions in the secondary. As in my house here, you can probably hear Vanderkid 2 in the background downstairs making a lot of noise. Sorry about that, guys. This is broadcasting during the lockdown era. All right, here's the punt by Anger. Whew. And
he hit
a
one.
Nice special teams hit right there.
So 39 seconds and a timeout. You need something big, that drive starter if you're the Colts, and the Texans have to kind of defend against that and then force them to just run the clock out, not really have enough time to maybe sneak a field goal. All they're looking for is a field goal here.
Okay. One back, Rivers, shotgun. Ooh, he's got time, and incomplete.
Wow. Misses a wide open. I don't know if it's Marlon Mack or the rookie, that running back checking down over the middle. I mean, wide open.
Johnny, how do you think Rivers is doing? What's the demeanor like from your angle?
Well, he is still that sack from J.J. Watt kind of shook him up a little bit. But, Rivers, he'll shake that off, and Virtual Rivers will get going here.
Virtual Rivers. Oh, he's got a man for a first down.
Man, you can't give up another one of those, Mark, because it's going to put them close to field goal range. It's all they want in this drive. 30 seconds. They've only run 2 plays, only used 9 seconds, and they still have the timeout. So they can go over the middle to the tight end, over the middle to a slot receiver, a back checking down, and still take a timeout, not use much of the clock.
Oh, they looked at it to make sure Doyle had it. He did. And no Ebron anymore for the Colts. And he was so big for them in 2018, really, as Doyle was shaken up. First down, Indy's got time, like Dre said. Little play fake, and oh boy.
And he's able to get out of bounds. No, they didn't. They ruled him down inbounds. They had to take that final timeout.
Okay, so 7-0 Texans. Colts driving. Rivers with another nice pass.
They
do have to burn the final timeout.
Virtual Rivers, the delivery looks like real Phillip Rivers. Kind of that push, that ugly push, but it's effective.
5-man front for the Texans on first down with 21 seconds to go. And Rivers all day. Come on, pass rush. Let's go. Rivers. Oh, my gosh. He could do his taxes. And he ends up throwing it away because the coverage was so good, Trey.
Yeah, and you want him to hold it. The clock's running. The coverage is holding up on the back end, even though the pass rush didn't get there. But a lot of the clock ran down there and forced a throwaway.
So without that timeout, you're really putting them in a pickle right here. Rivers again with some time, and deep pass, and almost picked off back of the end zone. 7 seconds to go in the half.
So basically he's forced here to go to the end zone or something quick to get out of bounds to make it a shorter throw to the end zone, but just keep them out of field goal range. Can't give up one mark along the sideline, have him step out and then get themselves in the field goal range, a quick out or something.
Yep. 7 seconds. Hey, Breeze had 6 in the Monday night opener last year and got the job done, but they had a chance to stop the clock. And here's the throw over the middle. Yes, but time runs out. So Pittman should not be too fired up here as the teams head to the locker room for the shortest halftime in the history of professional football, we would imagine, because it's digital football, and that's what we're hoping for. Time.
They're usually pretty quick anyway. So, but if you can speed them up, get back, and just enough time to get you something to drink, sit down. Let's call the second half.
Okay, so they're heading in, and they'll head right back out. Johnny, what do you have for us at the half here?
Well, I did a Zoom with the virtual O'Brien at halftime, and he seemed pretty thrilled with what he's seen from his offense. They dominated the first quarter and almost a half with that long drive that resulted in a Brandon Cooks touchdown. And you can see him on the sideline, kind of close to a smile forming on virtual Bill O'Brien's face. He's just making sure that Vander Kid is calling the right plays and staying on task, making sure that defense is up to snuff for Anthony Weaver, the virtual Anthony Weaver, who we do not see on the sideline.
So the Madden people programmed a smile into the virtual Bill O'Brien.
As hard as that was, Mark, they were able to do it, and I was able to see that through our Zoom meeting at halftime.
Oh, that's beautiful. Like I said, Frank Reich looks a lot like Frank Reich, and Dre, you mentioned it. Rivers throwing motion, they get some of this stuff right. And the way they program that pass rush, they know the Colts offensive line is really good. They did give Watt 1 sack. And in a game with 3-minute quarters to have 1 sack through 6 minutes, that's not too bad. So let's see how this goes with the rookie Pittman ready for a kickoff return as we begin the third quarter. Like I said, the shortest halftime in the history of professional football, and we're off and running again at NRG Stadium, digital, virtual NRG Stadium with plenty of fans, 0 social distancing, and we're having a good time here. All right, so here comes Rivers again. Only the third possession of this game for the Colts.
And this is where they're going to go to the run. Get behind this big offensive line and try to get some push.
Oh, boy, you're right. And they get a little chunk there with Mack on the attack. Yeah, healthy line, healthy Mac, health for a lot of teams. I mean, the Texans have the same story with the receiver group and everything and David Johnson. But if the Colts are healthy, if everybody's healthy, that's what you want to see. You want to see the best versus the best. But the Colts are going to be very dangerous if everybody can stay out of the trainer's room on a regular basis.
Even Marlon Mack last year, Mark, had some bumps and bruises, missed some time last year. And it's a scary thing really to think about Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor, that running game behind a healthy Colts offensive line and a guy of Phillip Rivers' caliber with that type of support around him. It's a scary, scary thing when you look at the Colts from top to bottom.
Rivers with a bunch formation. Over the middle he goes, but they're short of the first down, it appears.
Does Frank Wright go for it here? Does he go for it here, dialing it back a couple of years?
Riverboat Reich, is he going to do it? Marlon Mack with that reception, by the way. And the tackle, let's see, Conley got him late. Oh, look at this, trying to knock the ball out. All right, here we go.
He's going to roll the dice.
Yeah, it's 4th and 1. Reich does this kind of stuff.
Nope, decides to punt it away. He had the offense on the field for a while.
And somehow the punt team got out there so quickly. Just amazing. Don't know how they do it. Oh, breaking a tackle and making it to the 20-yard line. So Randall Cobb makes a nice move there. Texans have the football up 7-0. See, I like this formation. The double wings, one back.
Yeah, the Rams ran this a lot.
Look at that move to the outside. Is that David Johnson?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
The offensive line getting some push, but I was saying the Rams ran that formation a lot because they throw a lot of passes to the outside. It gives you a lot of room running routes from inside out.
Okay, 2nd down and 4. Watson in the pocket, fires downfield, and incomplete. All right, so let's see what he cooks up here on 3rd down. Let's keep the ball. This is maybe a grinder, this game.
Maybe spread them out, go back to the run here with David Johnson, or maybe a little check down to David Johnson.
I forgot about Justin Houston again. Watson on 3rd down. Got a man, Brandon Cooks. I like this a lot. 1st down, Texans. You just get the feeling that it could look somewhat like this. I think they'll throw it more than they've done it in this game. But if they're running the ball this well, they're going to run a lot. Let's face it. Bill O'Brien wants to run the football. It's like death and taxes.
Well, that's the 3rd reception for Brandon Cooks here early, and a handoff to go along with it. A couple of nice touches for Brandon Cooks.
All right, so Baxton and I here on 1st down. And another give, and another nice little move to the inside. Not a ton of yardage there, but David Johnson making the most of the situation. Let's go down to Johnny on the sideline. Johnny.
Obviously, Vanderkid's done a nice job mixing up formations, condensed formations, spreading them out wide. But you see number 13, Brandon Cooks, make the big catch on 3rd down, which begs the question, guys, who's the most famous number 13 for the Texans in Texans history?
Boy, that's a good one.
That's T.J. Yates.
Very good.
The first time.
The first time, yeah.
Yeah, the first T.J. Yates.
Braxton Miller?
Yeah, Braxton Miller was another one. He was probably more famous based on Twitter followers when he came into the franchise coming from Ohio State. There's Darren Fells, our buddy, with a nice catch along the sideline. And I think that, you're just so happy to have him back, as we said, after what he did last year. But I'm also excited about Kahale Waring, who we haven't seen here today, what he could possibly do. Of course, Jordan Akins as well. I don't want to leave him out, but Waring is sort of this wild card factor.
And Jordan Thomas, a healthy Jordan Thomas.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. Here are the Texans driving, asserting their will. And Watson to throw again, and underneath he goes. Nice little chunk of yardage there on the pass over the middle. Is that Cooks again?
No, I think that was Randall Cobb.
Okay.
which I'm kind of anxious to see that. Somebody that can really work underneath his own coverage and is so good after the catch and exploding up the field, good hands. Be a good addition to this offense.
Let's go with the situation here on 2nd and 3. And a play fake. And Deshaun with all day. Deep ball and caught and touchdown. A tiptoe catch. Back of the end zone. Brandon Cooks, his second TD catch of the game.
Well,
Rock and roll.
Love the play calling by Vanderkid. Just kind of conservative the whole game, and you get a 2nd and short, a little play action to make the Colts think that,
that was
review
close.
this. It's really close. But make the Colts think that you're going to hand it off and then take a shot down the field. Love the play call.
All right, is this going to stand? Cooks is all fired up. Look, it's Madden. I say it stands. Play on. Booth review. And, we're going to have to take the time here? Don't show those feet to anybody. No, it's good.
I think this was coming back, partner.
Let's see what they do. Wait, I don't know. I didn't get a great view of his feet, so it all depends on the camera angles. It's Silicon Valley. They can't do everything. Oh, they're going to let it stand. Yes.
Wow, hurry up and kick it.
We'll take it. Look, it's the thought that counts, right? Deep ball to Cooks. I'm all about it. Keep on trying that.
Well, now you know the Colts have to get aggressive because of the time on the clock. About 2 minutes left in the ball game. They've got to spread it out and sling it around. So now you need the pass rush, this virtual pass rush to come to life.
Johnny, how did you see things down there?
I didn't think there was any way that virtual Brandon Cooks had his feet in bounds, but that play was very reminiscent to the one in the Super Bowl that Cooks nearly had the touchdown against the Patriots, and Jason McCourty came and knocked the ball away. Cooks was able, though, to shield his body from the defender and maybe get his 2 virtual feet in bounds.
Hey, I didn't see any definitive replay. That's all I have to say. Okay. Colts with the kickoff return. Oh, my gosh. They get it out past the 30-yard line with Pittman, the rookie. And Dre, he's going to be another guy that you have to be concerned with this franchise.
Yeah, you forget about him and just how big and physical he is. And, big target for Phillip Rivers. They are loaded at the skill positions.
This is getting my whistle wet for some football, all right? I definitely want to get this thing cranked up. 2.5 months away from the preseason. Let's go. Here's Rivers. Nice little step to the right to buy himself an extra sliver of time. And he finds a man underneath for the 2-minute warning. Texans up 14-zip on the controversial touchdown reception by Brandon Cooks, his second of the game.
Just can't give up anything over the top here defensively. Got to keep Phillip Rivers checking the ball down, short passes, keep him in bounds, and force him to start using timeouts.
And he goes underneath, and that's
that's okay.
Yeah, that's all he can get right now. So
make sure as well, Mark, that you're making tackles here. You can't have a catch, a missed tackle, and it turns into a long run, and maybe a guy gets out of bounds or breaks one for a home run.
Just the sight of T.Y. Hilton makes me nervous, even in this situation. And Rivers over the middle. Yep, go ahead. Just give us that stuff, Phillip.
Yeah.
No problem. Marlon Mack.
He hadn't targeted T.Y. all game long, so at some point it's coming. I'm shocked that Frank Reich hadn't taken a time out here.
I love it. I don't know if Vanderkid did anything extra to disable his timeout calling ability, but I'm good with 1:08 left and a 2-touchdown lead. Rivers, you got to go up top. Trying to stop the clock, but he can't do it.
Nice tackle.
He can't get past over the sideline. Who made that tackle? That was so cool.
Justin Reed. I think it was Justin Reed making that.
Beautiful.
Nice open field tackle.
All right. 3rd down, 1 minute to go, 2-touchdown lead. Can they get this important AFC South victory over the Colts? We got to do one with the Titans.
I think we just go through the AFC South.
Why not? And another easy pass over the middle, but so what? As Pittman makes the reception, time's running out. I want to see a pick. Come on, Rivers, go deep. Let's have a contested ball. These are things I don't normally say during a broadcast. But what the heck?
No, Johnny and I say them.
Yeah, exactly. We say it.
All right, Rivers. Oh, you got him. Oh, up the sideline, and Doyle goes out of bounds in the red zone. So they stop the clock, trying to get a little garbage time TD, as it might turn out, unless they get the touchdown and go for the onside. Now,
that's exactly what's going to happen. They'll go to the end zone, I would imagine, here for the next couple of plays and try to sneak a touchdown in, and then the onside kick.
Doyle's good again when healthy, can make some things happen. Justin Reed's gonna have a big year.
It would be nice just to get him, have him back healthy and raring and ready to go.
All right, here's Rivers. Turning and brought down, sacked. Watt again. That's two sacks for JJ.
Excellent. Now down to one timeout. There's 24 seconds left in the game. Almost an impossible situation for the Colts here. You just make tackles.
You got to love it. Three receivers right. Rivers, last chances in this game to do anything. Oh, my gosh. What a great call. Marlon Mack races to the end zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we have the new rule, the Colts, after the extra point try, could have a 4th and 15 type play, a one-shot deal from there. Is it the 25 or the 20?
It's at 25 yard.
From their 25
the new rule, if it's instituted, it would be 4th and 15 at your own 25-yard line to keep the ball. And then if you get the first down, you just play on. If you don't, ball goes over to the opposing team at that point. So I like it. It's a little bit different. Onside kicks now are so difficult to get. I kind of like it.
I hate it.
I can't stand. I'm with you. I hate it.
I don't like it. I think it's too much of a
virtual
reward.
world. You got to love it.
Sometimes you just need to leave the rules alone. It's like every year we have to have some change. And it's not just a change. This is a significant change. But I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I think it's too much of a reward for a hard-charging offense against a defense that might be gassed. And I know, woe is me and all that. But guess what? It's football. And it's such a different way to play the game when you give the offense that much of a break. Boy, O'Brien was not happy about that last touchdown surrender.
It's like being on the golf course and you're beating a guy for 17 holes and then he wants to press on 18 to get eaten, and all of a sudden he gets eaten. No way. No, I've beaten your butt all day long. You're just going to take it and come back tomorrow and we can do it again.
You sound like Michael Jordan.
I do.
No, he might. I think Mike's into the presses, but I'm not. You're going to take a whipping. We'll play again tomorrow and you'll have another shot at it.
So you don't allow that, huh? That press on 18.
No
onside kick recovery. Was that Fuller? Is Fuller on the good? What are we doing with Fuller on this team getting buried like that? All right, he got the onside kick recovery though. So the Texans have the ball, and it's Andre's favorite formation.
Yep, victory formation. A kneel down here. The Colts will take their final timeout, and then maybe one more play, and this baby's over.
Yeah.
Let's secure this snap, though.
Yep, got to get it done right. Let's not screw this up, Madden. All right, so Vanderkid programmed the game. Not exactly a high-flying aerial circus, but as Watson takes a knee, it's a timeout. They're going to burn that.
They'll burn that final one, and then this will be the last play. Now, the Colts kind of messing this up. I would put a guy right over Nick Martin and try to get him to maybe short snap it or something, but right over the nose of the center in a situation like this to just disrupt a normal flow of a snap. And they do this time.
You're going to go for the Greg Schiano victory formation disruptor?
Yep.
Watson takes a knee. It is over. The Texans defeat the Colts 14-7, virtually, digitally, We hope so in reality at NRG Stadium this year, and we hope that we have this number of fans in attendance as well. But guys, it has been fun doing this one. Final thoughts from you, Johnny?
Well, just seeing the Colts celebrate there a little bit at the end, thinking they might have an opportunity, and them not get it. Oh, that was kind of nice. And there's Phillip Rivers going off the field, again, losing to the Texans as he did in 2018. I'll be catching up with virtual Brandon Cooks in the locker room here in just a minute as our player of the game.
All right, very cool. Dre, final
Yeah,
thoughts?
I mean, it just can't wait to see some of the new weapons around Deshaun Watson and the offensive line back as a whole again, another year together. I think that's where they're going to really take a step forward.
Yep, and you see the Mac touchdown at the end here that made it a one-score game. I don't know what the line was on this one in virtual Vegas, but I can't imagine Texans more than 7. So it's a cover. Anyway,
we'll take 14-7 every time against the Colts.
Every single time. That's going to do it for Madden. It was fun. For John Harris, for Andre Ware, I'm Mark Vandermeer. Thank you to Tyler and Jay as well. Have a great day, everyone. And as always, go Texans. Final score, Texans 14, Colts 7.